What's going on, guys? Matt here. Sorry it has been so long since I posted a knife review video. My wife and I have been moving, so I just got a little busy with that. I posted a moto camping along the Bridge Parkway. Check that out if that's kind of something that you'd be interested in. But we're getting back into the knife reviews. Again, apologies. Hopefully we're going to be seeing them once a week like we did before. And so instead of doing a specific knife review, I want to do something kind of unconventional and just talk about a brand that in the past couple months I have just absolutely fallen in love with, and that is the brand ESEE. You guys saw this ESEE4 on one of my camping trips, just very briefly with different scales. I've since replaced the scales with the micarta ones. We'll talk about a little bit about that, about why in a little bit. But I have just absolutely fallen in love with ESEE, and I want to talk about what other companies could do to kind of emulate ESEE more, because I think that not only do they put out fantastic blades, but they are a fantastic company in general. So let's talk about a brief bit about the history of ESEE, then we'll get into what I think they do so well that other companies could emulate. So tell me if I'm getting this wrong, guys, but as far as I know, Randall Adventure Training, which you can see right there, Randall's Adventure Training, licensed out designs to Ontario. That's right, Ontario Knife Company. I'm pitting on that offset, as it does. Called the RAT models. Like, this is the RAT model run. RAT stands for Randall's Adventure Training. They also have their fixed blades, the 3, the 5, the 7. I think they have the RTAC too. Anyway, I believe they left that licensure with them, but they kind of branched off on their own and started making their own knives, very similarly designed, but not exactly the same. Tell me if I'm getting that history wrong, but so that's where we kind of find ESEE, is after licensing out their designs to Ontario, now they are their own company made right here in the United States of America. So let's talk about what ESEE does so well. First of all, I just think they have a bunch of really, really well-designed blades. This is the ESEE6 right here. This is kind of their, you could say, full-sized survival, military combat knife, kind of a do-everything knife, kind of be able to fit that role maybe a K-bar would fill, with a 6.5-inch blade with that nice choil. This is the ESEE4. Definitely still a capable blade with a 4.5-inch overall blade with a 4-inch cutting edge with that nice choil right there. And then you have the big blades like the ESEE Hungless that they make. This is a 10-inch blade, big chopper, made to kind of be a mixture between a chopper and a machete. As the thickness, yeah, it's plenty thick. It's nearly 5 millimeters thick, but it's not crazy thick like some of those other blades. So they just have a lot of diversity in their knife designs. Now, I know people have complained about the diversity in styles because they're all kind of that, you can see, drop point blades, but I think that with the sizes and styles, you're getting a lot of diversity. Not only that, the blades are just well made. Yes, they're a simple 1095 steel. Most of them are, except this ESEE4, which also comes in 1095. They just dialed in that 1095. And it's really, really well done. It holds a good edge. Yes, it's not going to be rust resistant, but you're just getting so much more quality of a blade than you are, say, with kind of cheaper models. Let's bring out an Ontario real quick. This is a plenty usable knife in Ontario. I think that, yeah, SP1, kind of their K-bar model. And these go for 30, 40 bucks. But it just doesn't have the fit and finish and the quality that this has right here. Again, different style knife, not slab handles. I'd love to get my hands on an Ontario RAT and kind of see the difference. From what I've seen, and I've handled them at a couple knife shops, they do not have the fit and finish that ESEE has. And that's what I love. And that kind of brings us to our next point is ESEE's fit and finish. When I pull one out of the box, I just know the lines are going to be clean. The lines are going to be clean. The edge is going to be sharp. Everything is going to be kind of in working order. Whereas some knives that I pull out, let's pull out this really nice cold steel Magnum Tonto 2. This sheath does not retain at all, right? There's just going to be a few things with some other knife companies. This is a nice, expensive knife too, right, guys? There's going to be some things with other knife companies you just don't get. ESEE has that fit and finish, and even though they're not giving you super premium steels, aside from this ESEE4, which I'll talk about in a little bit, kind of why they did this in S35VN. Aside from, like, you're not getting 3V or anything like that, you're getting 1095, but the fit and finish, and it's kind of quality over quantity, right? You're not getting a quantity of material like 3V or MagniCut or anything like that, But when you pull one out, you know that the fit, the finish, the overall styling is just done so well. And I think that is so awesome. Well done, ESEE. I've never pulled out an ESEE blade. Yes, I've only owned 3, so maybe there are some, the fit and finish isn't great. But so far, everything has been absolutely spot on. Well done, ESEE. More companies need to follow you on that. Another thing I absolutely love that more companies should do is every single one of these blades, these fixed blades at least, are made in the United States of America. That's awesome, right? Made in the USA. A lot of people like knives or things being made in their countries. I get that. I think it's awesome when things are made in, you're Italian, they're made in Italy, you're Australian, they're made in Australia. I think that's awesome. And I love seeing manufacturing in my home country. And so I just appreciate that, not out of simplicity. They didn't ship things to another country to cut costs down by 10, 20%. They said, no, we're going to support jobs in the United States and we're going to keep the fit and finish good by making things here in the US. I think that's awesome. Well done, ESEE. One of the biggest, absolute hugest things that more companies should do is have a warranty like ESEE. ESEE's warranty is this. If it's broken, no matter if you are the 5th, 10th, 50th, first owner, doesn't matter. If you break it, they send you a new one. Send them the pieces, they send you the new one. They take so much pride in that. They say, no matter what happens, if you throw it, you abuse it, doesn't matter, we will send you a new knife. Awesome. Well done, ESEE. More companies should do that. You know what that shows too? That shows that ESEE believes in their products. And I think that more companies, they just simply don't believe in their products that much. They don't believe in their products. Yes, I understand. These knives are built to be abused. The way they're built, the full tang constructions made of 1095, that's why they're able to kind of have that. Whereas other knives, they might not be as tough and be able to handle as much. But even this S35 VN steel, a lot harder, still tougher than, S30, stuff like that. But this still has a lifetime warranty as well. Fantastic. A company like Cold Steel, their warranty used to not be that bad. Now, apparently, it's a lot rougher under the GSM ownership. You have to have your original purchasing receipt. And tell me how many of you guys keep purchasing receipts from 15 years ago, 20 years ago? Seriously. And even then, it's just a lot more complex. So the warranty on ESEE, just outstanding. More companies should at least warrant blades like this. If let's say Ontario or Cold Steel has a blade with a full tang construction like this, say, lifetime warranty on this guy, because it should not break, because that's how much we care about our knives, right? I just think that's so awesome. And the last thing I want to talk about with ESEE knives is the company itself. The company of ESEE, just in how I've kind of seen them comport themselves, how they kind of react to YouTubers reviewing their knives, maybe even not loving them, like the Dutch Bushcraft Knives guy. They've talked about how they do not like ESEE knives that much. But ESEE said, you know what? Tell us a knife you want, we'll send it to you so you can review it. Be honest. They're just kind of in on the joke, you could say. They when they started making these, because the reason they started making these in S35VN was because people said, hey, we want a higher quality steel. They said, okay, fine. We'll make an SE3 and an SE4, and I think they make the Zancudo and S35 as well. Well, then they took one of their SE3s and they broke it, and they posted a video on YouTube saying, we broke our own knife. And they're like, listen, this is kind of what it's made for. It's not made for hardcore stuff, but you can use it as like an EDC knife. I love a company that kind of has a self-awareness to themselves, right? They understand they're not taking things too seriously, and they understand the products that they're making, and they make them well. They just seem like great guys and a good company to work with. Whereas some other companies, one of my favorites, Cold Steel, they have not always comported themselves in the best way. So those are all the things that I think other companies can take away from ESEE. Guys, we're going to be seeing reviews on a bunch of ESEEs coming up. This SE4, SE6, the Hunglas. We got other reviews coming up. I'll probably talk about this Magnum Tonto too. Let's see, what else do we got? We just got a couple more. Oh, one that you guys I think will really appreciate. Pull out of my pocket. The 8015 Lite, which I have been absolutely loving. So, guys, thanks so much for bearing with me with kind of hanging in there past the few week break. But we're back, and we're going to be talking about a bunch of blades. Thanks so much for tuning in. We will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good day. Peace.